Hi everybody, my name is Angela Cleary. I'm a feminine empowerment coach and I specialise in healing after narcissistic abuse. So today I want to talk about breaking out of old belief patterns, letting go of old belief patterns. So we believe that our upbringing, our parents, the way society does certain things, we believe that that's the way we have to live. That's the way we have to be. We've inherited these traits, we've inherited this belief system that we have to do things their way, or that's it. Like, we believe that we are our parents. We believe that we have that we can't change because this is how we were born. This is who we are because this is who our parents are. This is how society has led us to believe. This is what, for generations, that we have, this is the energy we've embodied. So therefore we can't change out of that pattern. But we can create new belief systems for ourselves. We can create a new belief for who we are, who we want to be. We can break that pattern of belief. We can change our beliefs. We can embody new beliefs. We keep telling ourselves that I'm this way because my parents are this way. I'm this way because I have inherited these traits. And this one, I'll explain for myself, especially. I keep saying that I have inherited these angry traits. I have inherited this belief system, this lack poverty, this mindset that I have to live in this way that my parents lived, this way that my family has lived for generations, this way that society has lived. I'm growing up in a small town. You have this very, very close-minded belief system. You think that you can't aspire to do anything or leave that town because that's what they've done before you, and you believe that this is all there is for you. And I believed, like, say, for example, I believed that I was angry because I inherited that part of myself. I believed that all relationships were toxic, and I attracted toxic relationships into my life. I believed that I could not reach for the stars because no one in my family did. I believed that I couldn't go to college because there was no money, so therefore I had to work from 15 years of age. I believed that that was the way I had to be. I believed that I couldn't receive abundance. I believed that I couldn't receive love. I believed that everything about me was set in stone because I inherited that belief system. But I have come to discover we can change our beliefs. We can embody new beliefs. We can create new belief patterns. We can create completely different beliefs for ourselves. We're sitting there, we think that we are always going to be the same way. We go through hardship, we go through pain, we go through toxicity, and we're like, I know no different. This is how I believe myself to be. This is how I believe life to be. But this is false. These are false beliefs. And you can create and embody new beliefs by just believing that you can. And that's the beauty of it. If you believe in yourself, anything is possible. And that is a fact. You just need to believe. Create in a new belief. Embody that new life. So, if you keep saying, and I've been doing this over the last few weeks, like, I've healed my anger issues. I've healed them in the past. I used to get so blood-boilingly angry. I used to remind myself of my dad. And I still get it sometimes. Don't get me wrong, I'm not, I'm human. But I get so angry sometimes. My blood actually boils. And it reminds me of my dad. And I healed those parts of myself because I was like, why am I so angry over something so superficial, so stupid? Computer wasn't working, and I'd be like, oh, it's the end of the world. It's not the end of the fucking world. And I used to shout at my dogs, and I'm like, why am I shouting at my dogs? They didn't do anything. Well, they didn't know they did anything wrong. Just because they pissed on the floor because one of them was getting old. I don't need to fucking, get angry. It's no big deal. It's not going to kill me to clean that up. Do you get me? These are just little parts of why I used to get angry in the past. But I healed myself around them, and I started to say, is it that bad? What I used to actually say to change my belief around my anger was, will it kill me or will it affect me in 5 years? And I was like, I embodied this calm energy because I believed I could heal my anger issues. But because of allowing that toxic energy back into my life for a while, that anger came back worse than ever, because we take on the energy of our environment. And that's the thing, like, if you believe, like, if you hang around with these people, that's the thing, you take on the energy of other people. So if you're hanging around with people with these old belief systems, this lack mentality, this hardship mentality, you have to do it this way mentality, this negative, pessimistic mentality, you're going to take on those traits and you're going to believe what they believe. Remove yourself from that. Start to believe other things. Start to surround yourself with things that you want to believe. And that's the thing with changing your beliefs and changing your belief patterns, is even if you don't believe it, you know, when you're in this pessimistic, and I used to be so pessimistic, believe me, anyway, I used to be so stuck in that way that, like, I didn't think that there was any other way to live. That was my belief. But I was surrounding myself with that energy, and still I was taking on other people's inherited beliefs. I was taking on that toxic energy, that toxic belief system. Remove yourself from that and start to surround yourself with what you want to believe. And that's the first start. If you want to believe differently, then create that. And when our minds are so beautiful, they're so powerful, right? If you keep repeating something to yourself, you will believe it. If you keep speaking ill to yourself, saying you're not good enough, saying you can't do this, saying this, that, the other about yourself, you will believe it and you will embody that. But how about just lie to yourself for a while, fake it till you make it kind of thing. Say something, I believe I am all powerful. I believe I deserve abundance. I believe I deserve opportunity. I believe I can reach for the stars. I believe I can do this. I believe I can heal. I believe I can change. Tell yourself that over and over and over and over and over again. And you know what? You will start to believe it. Your unconscious mind believes everything you tell it. So if you keep telling it that you're not capable of doing this, if you keep telling it that you have to live in this old system, this old pattern, your unconscious mind will believe that and you will not be able to change it. But break that belief. Break that pattern. Break that cycle. You do not have to be your parents. You do not have to be your ancestors. You have to be you. And that's the only person you have to be. So believe it. Do you want to be this high vibrational, healed, new version of yourself, the real version of yourself? Because this belief system is false. We're after being brainwashed by a negative society, by our families' previous belief systems, by the generational cycles, by the inherited patterns. We believe that we have to stay there because everyone else did. No, you do not have to be those people. Be who you want to be by believing you can be anything you want to be. And that's the beauty of self-belief. You literally just have to start telling yourself a different story. Start telling yourself that you can be anything you believe yourself to be. Create a new belief system. Because for a belief to be true, it has to be true all the time. So I'll give you an example for one of my beliefs, my old beliefs. I believed that I wasn't worthy and I wasn't good enough. But when I was put to that question, for something to be true, it needs to be true 100% of the time. Did I believe that I wasn't good enough in all areas of my life? And did I believe that I was unworthy in all areas of my life? I was like, no, I believe I'm good enough for this and this and this. So therefore, my belief around being not good enough wasn't 100% true. So then I was like, okay, that makes sense. Something has to be fully true for it to actually be real. And those belief systems aren't real. Like, me believing I wasn't worthy or good enough was not a real truth. Because I am. And I know that now. But I had to understand that I created the belief that I wasn't good enough based on the belief system and the patterns that I allowed myself to be surrounded with. But the minute I started to understand that I can change my beliefs, and this is beautiful, change your beliefs. Like, I believe, like, my old version, the version that isn't real, I believed I was a drinker. I believe I was an addict. I believed I had smoked fags. I believed that there was one silly one. I believed I couldn't eat fruit in the winter because it was too cold. Like, stuff like that. It's like, I can't do this because this. I'm like, what is wrong with you? That's silly. I believed I didn't, certain things like that. Now I eat so healthily because I no longer believe that I'm an unhealthy eater. I used to eat unhealthily because I believed I couldn't eat healthily. I believed I couldn't change. I believed I couldn't put different processes into my life to change. I believed I had to be that person that I was. I believed I had to be that angry person that I inherited those traits off my dad. I believed that I had, money blocks, and I had lack mentality, and I couldn't reach for the stars. I believed that I couldn't achieve anything based on what I surrounded myself with. Now I believe I'm a healthy eater. I believe that I can exercise every day. I believe I can meditate every day. And I do that. I believe I can succeed. And yes, I can. And that's the thing. When I first started using the law of attraction and discovering the power of our thoughts and started to believe I could achieve, like, instead of saying, oh, wouldn't it be nice to do something like that, but I can't do it because I believe I can't, or I believe I'm not good enough, I changed my mindset saying, I would love to do that. No, hold on now. I'm going to do that. And I believe I have what's in me to do that. And then I achieved the things that I wanted to achieve because I believed I could. Instead of believing I had to be stuck in that world. You don't have to follow other people's rules. Follow your own rules. What do you want for yourself? What do you really want? And this is the thing as well with people with belief systems and patterns from our family members and from our ancestors, is that we think that we have to live in that way. We believe we have to be that way, and we believe we can't change. We believe we can't heal. We believe we have to be that way forever. But this is the whole point of us facing our truth, is we're breaking that generational curse. We're breaking that generational cycle. We don't have to live like they did. And look, I know we might end up, especially when you're on a spiritual journey and you start to change your belief system, this will actually irritate the people that you once were around because you're starting to break free. This will either push them people away, or they will start to treat you like shit to try and pull you back in, make you feel like you can't do what you want to do because you're not doing it the way they did it. And that's the thing, and that's where the bitterness comes in. And I've seen this so much, and this upsets me so much, is that if they don't come with you in your new belief system, they will get bitter and resentful towards you and try and pull you back and tell you, you can't do this because I need you here. You have to stay here because you're part of this family and you have to do it our way. Do you know, that kind of way? And then they get bitter and resentful towards you, and they will either stop you from continuing your journey, or you will have to walk away from them completely because they will continue to try and make you believe their beliefs. This is heartbreaking because when you're trying to embody this higher vibrational version of yourself and you're believing your new beliefs, the people that you love who are stuck in their belief system will try to pull you back or will try to make you feel guilty for pulling away. But ask yourself this, ask yourself, when you're like, and that's when you come out of it as well, you start to look back at their beliefs and you're like, ew, they're not nice beliefs. They're like, no, I don't want to believe that anymore. What they're believing is wrong for me. So trust that. If something is making you feel uncomfortable, break out of that cycle. Break out of that belief system. Break out of that pattern. Because That's not who you are. And I said this in other videos. We have this imposter syndrome for this new belief system, for this new version of ourselves. But no, the person we were trying to be to fit into that old world is an imposter. We were an imposter there. That is not who we are. We know in our hearts and souls what we truly deserve and what we truly want and what we truly feel. And when we start to feel agitated, surrounded by that negative, low vibrational, pessimistic, fear-based lack energy, it makes us feel uncomfortable. It drains our energy and it makes us wake up to the fact that we cannot be around that anymore. And this is hard because when we're on a spiritual journey and this happens, we end up losing people because their beliefs are no longer our beliefs. And we cannot be around that kind of energy anymore because it takes us away from who we're trying to embody, who we really are. So believe in the truth, because the truth is inside you, and your intuition will tell you, your soul will tell you when you don't feel comfortable. This is your soul telling you that you do not belong in that belief system anymore. Change your patterns. And that's the thing, I'm healing now my anger issues again. But I was believing I had these anger issues because they were inherited. I believed that that's who I was. No, I am not going to be that angry person anymore. I'm not going to feel like that because, I don't want to be angry. I don't. And I don't have to be angry. And now as I'm healing my anger issues, I'm saying I believe myself to be a calm person. I am calm. I am not angry. I am calm. And it's working. Slowly but surely. When I get triggered, I still get a little bit angry. Of course we do. People, we have unhealed wounds. We're going to get a little bit triggered. But I don't have to believe that I have this anymore because it's inherited. I can create a new pattern. I don't want to bring this old pattern onto my children whenever I do have kids. I don't want to bring that inherited belief system down another generation. I'm here to break that cycle. I'm here to break that belief pattern, and I'm here to create a new belief system for my future children and for future generations. That's why we're here. And that's what it can be so hard to leave that system. It can be so hard to leave that family unit that you've been in or those friendships you've been in because they're no longer in alignment with your soul. But do it for the future, man. Do it for yourself, but do it for your future generations. Do you really want your children to embody that toxic energy that you grew up with? Or do you want to create a healthier environment for your children, for future generations? Ask yourself that. Because if you're finding it so hard to change out of that old belief pattern, and and when we're only doing it for ourselves, sometimes it's very hard to push ourselves out, to motivate ourselves. But think about it. You're not just doing it for you. You're doing it for the future of humanity. You really are. You're breaking these generational cycles, these generational curses, so that this pattern doesn't repeat itself. And it is so hard when you have to walk away from people. And when you have to walk, especially family members. But, don't get sucked back into that world. Do it for you, but do it for the future generations. Do it for humanity. We make the hardest decisions of our lives breaking out of these belief systems, breaking out of these patterns. But it is so vital for your future, but for your future generations. We're here to break these curses, man. We really are. Choose this new belief system. You are not your parents, and you are not the people you surround yourself with. If those beliefs are no longer in alignment with your soul, break that pattern. Create a new belief system and create a new version of yourself. Believe you can, and you're halfway there. Really, and there's the one from Henry Ford as well. If you believe you can or you believe you can't, you are right. So if you believe you can't, you're right. But if you believe you can, you are right. And believe you can, you're halfway there. Believe in yourself and anything is possible. Believe. Change those belief systems. Change those patterns. If you believe you can't heal, that is bullshit. You can heal. Believe it. If you believe you can't do this, that is bullshit. You can do it. You know what I mean? Believe you can. Say I can. Say I will. And your unconscious mind will eventually believe it. And genuinely, lie to yourself if you have to for a while. Because if you embody or start to tell yourself, I believe that I'm this high vibration version of myself. I believe I'm this better version of myself. I believe that I can do anything I want. I believe I can achieve everything. I believe in abundance. I believe in opportunities coming in. You might not believe it right now, but you keep telling yourself that, and your unconscious mind will then eventually believe it, and therefore you will be able to embody it. Just by starting off. Fake it till you make it. Believe you can, and you are halfway there. I promise. Like, I was so stuck in that old pattern. I believed I was this old version of myself, and now I look back and I'm like, no way, man. I am not that person anymore. You know, that person was not who I am. I am embodying this true version of myself because I believed I was better. Not better. I hate saying that word. No one is better than anyone else. But I believed that I was a better version of me in the past. I don't believe I'm better than anyone else. I believe that I am a better version of who I was. And that's the only person we need to be better than, is the person we were in the past. So if that person that you're believing yourself to be is making you uncomfortable, is making you feel, I don't know, different, because you're like, I don't really agree with this anymore. That's because you never really agreed with it in the first place. You were just surrounding yourself with that, and that's what you believed was your reality. But you can create a new reality by changing what you believe yourself to be. Believe in your true self, because your true self is in here screaming at you to leave those belief patterns behind, to leave that system behind. Listen to that. Listen to what is making you feel uncomfortable, because those belief systems are not who you are, and you can create a new belief pattern and a new reality for yourself just by believing in yourself and believing you can. Your thoughts are so powerful. So stop saying I can't do this, or I won't change, or I won't do this, because that is a false belief. Change it. You can do anything you want to do if you just believe it. So create these new beliefs, create this new reality, and create this new version of yourself by believing in yourself and believing you can. And stop listening to those false beliefs of the generations before you, because they are not in alignment with who you truly are. So thank you so much for listening today, and I really hope this resonates. If it does, please like and share, and please subscribe to my channel so I can reach as many people as possible. And if you'd like help in your journey, please book me for a discovery call today, and I would love nothing more than to help you on your path. Thanks again. Bye-bye.